Don't Ask, Don't Tell is 17 years old, and for all of its 17-year history, people have been fighting to repeal it. Last week, advocates of repeal celebrated a big victory as a federal judge in California ruled that Don't Ask, Don't Tell was unconstitutional. Today, another case was in federal court, another case that is raising Don't Ask, Don't Tell opponents' hopes even higher. It is a case that could force the military to a higher standard of proof before discharging someone for being gay. The military would not just be able to assert in a blanket way that homosexuality in general is damaging to morale and unit cohesion. They'd instead have to prove that each person they were kicking out under Don't Ask, Don't Tell was individually a threat to his or her particular unit's morale and cohesion. Good luck with that. That approach to the policy would be called the Witt Standard. It's based on the case of an Air Force major named Margaret Witt. It is her federal trial that's taking place this week in Washington state. So that's what's going on the legal side. There's also a lot of interesting movement on the political side. The House of Representatives, of course, passed a defense authorization bill back in May that included repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. The Senate has yet to take it up. But last week, a very interesting report surfaced in Roll Call newspaper that Senate Democrats may finally be ready to push ahead with repeal. The reason why they may finally be ready will run your soul over a cheese grater. Roll Call reported that Democrats had put repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell on the back burner in order to accommodate the political schedule of Senator John McCain. Specifically, Democrats reportedly decided to wait on repeal for a while until John McCain's primary challenge from J.D. Hayworth was over. They didn't want to make John McCain take a stand on the issue, lest that be uncomfortable for him in his race against a super anti-gay primary opponent. Now that the only moderately super anti-gay Senator McCain is free to be all mavericky again, free to once again start enjoying press coverage that inexplicably credits him with political principles despite frequent evidence to the contrary, the Washington Blade reports today that the Senate is finally going to move. The defense authorization bill, including the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, will apparently be brought up on the Senate floor next week. So cancel your vacation and upgrade your cable package. Next week should be a big deal on Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So that's what's going on two fronts, the legal front and the political front. But there's actually a third front, churning offshore and gathering force, threatening to blow Don't Ask, Don't Tell over with the hurricane force winds of super awesome celebrity glamour. It has nothing to do with the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. It definitely has nothing to do with John McCain. It's Lady Gaga. Yeah, that's Lady Gaga last night at MTV's Video Music Awards. Her chosen dates for walking the red carpet: 4 former members of the United States military. All of them gay, all of whom either discharged under Don't Ask, Don't Tell or who resigned because of the policy. Hang on a sec, who's that guy walking with her? Oh yes, former Air Force Major Mike Almy. We had him on this show last week. See? Same guy. This is as close to glamour as the Rachel Maddow show will ever get. Lady Gaga's other dates, to Gaga's left, is former Army Sergeant First Class Stacey Vasquez there. All the way to the right, former Air Force Staff Sergeant David Hall. And who's that? That's Catherine Miller, the cadet sergeant who resigned from West Point last month because of the onerousness of serving under Don't Ask, Don't Tell. She was here on our show on August 11th. Again, the glamour. Now we know that the Venn diagram that includes the Rachel Maddow show and Lady Gaga intersects at least one point: the U.S. military's policy of kicking out openly gay people for no reason other than the fact that they're openly gay. We also now know that former West Point cadet Catherine Miller must have had a really big few weeks since we last spoke. She joins us for the interview when we get back.